South Africa, we promised you music, and music we're gonna give you. Here to perform one of the first singles from his album, Langa. This is Langa Mavuso with Panther.
Been here since yesterday. Love searching, light display. Club rise just nauseate. Shuts down, we still complain. We jam, we ride and high so far. I'm so tired of dressing up, feeling love in empty cups. I'll try and disguise disgust, running around drop tops in the spot in cars we can't afford. Black rich we don't afford. Beaming boys, I still feel the heartache. I'm on champagne, we running out. I'm coming down. I still feel the heartache. I'm on champagne, we running out. I'm coming down.
Come on over, my brother, come on over.
Thank you so much. Woo.
You see, South Africa, when we say soulful, when we say velvety, we're essentially speaking about you.
Wow, what kind things to say. I appreciate it so much.
So you've been a busy man since the last time we saw you, since you were last on Afternoon Express's stage. But more than ever, we're celebrating the debut album, self-titled Langa. Let's start at the top, my brother.
Right.
Why did you decide to put some respect on your name and just decided, you know what, I'm going to stick with Langa, and Langa's good enough?
Yeah, you know, it's been such a crazy journey of putting this album together, you know. Between Cape Town, Johannesburg, and London, it's been just putting my heart into the work, you know. And when I looked at the album and I was really reflecting on it, I was just trying to think, what is this album about? You know, it's really a reflection of me and the time that I'd gone through, you know, between 23 and 26, you know. And I thought, what do I call it, you know? And I thought Langa's the best thing to call it because it's an introduction of who I am. And I think most people know this, but like Langa is my father's surname and Mavuso is my mother's surname. And that's the beautiful thing about when people introduce my name, is that they recognize the people who I come from. It's a direct just awareness of who I walk with, you know, and who I represent. So I felt it was important to really embody that and to just
be that.
Take it in, yeah.
Well, look, I think that says so much about not only who you are. I mean, Izolo, we're celebrating Heritage Day. And towards, you know, throughout the show, I'm going to be touching base with you to find out what heritage means to you. But that's essentially it. I mean, having your mom, your dad, the ancestors, and the cultural background supporting who you are, bringing this masterpiece together. So you have said that it's tracking your journey from 23 to 26. Now, that's incredible. A lot happens through those years. South Africa, I'm sure you know, head over to social media and let us know what you were getting up to through those 3 years. But those are years that you grow so much. You make mistakes, you fall, you have to stand up.
That's exactly what the album talks about. I literally like chronicled so the album really talks about a heartbreak and me going through it during that time. And I go through the pain and the loss of it, and then I go through really the mess of it, which is where Panther comes in. You know, you can really hear it's about a lifestyle that is kind of messy, you know, and that requires a lot of finding yourself. And then finally, there's a beautiful moment of just really finding yourself again and really rerouting, you know. And I think that happened a lot for me in this past 2 years of 25 and 26. Yeah.
Langa, I mean, I also want to touch base. You were saying, Uguti, you know, being in between 3 different cities is kind of chaotic within itself. You have to create music at the same time, still be inspired and motivated, all within COVID, all within the hecticness of life. So during the process of making your music, how do you go about essentially focusing and honing in on the skill of itself?
Yeah, I'm very focused when it comes to creating music. I really like shut out the world. Like I don't see friends or family during that time.
Isolation.
I do isolate a lot because I think I don't do it in like over a long period. Like I'll give myself maybe 3 weeks and I'll say creating music and I'm unavailable to everyone, you know, and that's how I do it. And COVID gave me more of that time, you know. I was able to focus on mixing and mastering the album. So the detail in the project is really intense, you know. Like I had essentially 5 months to sit down with a project and focus on it. You know, we would usually be gigging and doing promo and doing all of these things, moving around. So my attention would be split amongst many things, but this has allowed me to really like focus on one thing.
I'm looking forward to not only the one thing that you have brought out that is your debut album, but I'm sure South Africa is also so excited to get stuck in and get the album, get their hands on that album. So South Africa, if you're also as excited as we here on Afternoon Express, please do head over to our social media pages, use that hashtag Afternoon Express, and let us know if you're going to be purchasing and supporting Local is Lekker in Langa. Now, our spirits are still soaring after the performance, and Langa will be back with more a little bit later. But first, we also still have to, you know, enjoy the spirit of Heritage Day. So we're going to be delighting in a hearty recipe. I hope Dumi's going to be proud of me for that one. Learn more about this delicacy coming up.